Hello everyone, welcome to the second set of University of Ottawa versus University of California, Santa Cruz. We have Impervious today, the coordinator of UOttawa versus Canis Lupus from the University of California, Santa Cruz. Both are playing Zerg today. One is the orange Zerg at the top right, and we have the purple Zerg at the bottom left. We have a Zerg versus Zerg on Sandshorn Mists. Some of you might not be familiar with this map, but this is the IC Cup map. So, to give a little, I guess, introduction of what happens on this map, it is a two-player map. The only two spawns are in these two locations. You have a little sort of sunroof here. I don't know really what to call this, a porch. A little place where you can relax, let your hair down, build supply depots, get Reaper rushed, get Colossi up there, Nidus worms. Yeah, it's not a very relaxing place now that you think of it. But anyway, let's take a look at what both players are doing. No pool for either of them yet. This distance between the two bases is rather large. You have three Salamanca towers in the center. A fairly easy to take, actually it's quite easy to take natural. And as you can see, there's a ramp over here. The third is slightly more open to harassment from two different locations, up here and up here. But anyway, we'll see how these players do. Impervious sending out his drone slightly after Canis Lupus's drone. So Canis Lupus making a beeline for the natural, checking if that hatchery is up yet. Neither hatcheries are up. Spawning pools at about the same timing. Impervious is up slightly sooner, and he also has an extractor building, so he's probably going for some sort of a speedling. That's what I assume. Maybe I'm entirely wrong. So, actually, if I do say things like, you know, Hydras can upgrade speed and range in StarCraft 2, please do correct me, because some things, you know, I learn new things every day about StarCraft 2. I didn't know that Hydras didn't have upgrades anymore, or speed upgrade anymore. That's actually quite sad. Hydras need to walk fast just like anyone else. Alright, anyway. Canis Loop is stealing mineral and running away. Zergling's coming after to chase him away. Unfortunately, there's only an Overlord. The drone and the Overlord have switched duties now that the drone has the mineral. Impervious's drone still scouting right now. No Zerglings out yet. Probably producing right now. Only a single pair of Zerglings producing, if I am not mistaken. That's right, a queen, two Zerglings, and a roach worm. In the meantime, there are speedlings coming from Impervious. And we'll see. He has 8 so far. So roaches in general are better than speedlings, but only once you get a critical number of them, if I remember correctly. Speedlings can be very difficult to deal with, especially if you expand multiple times. Canis Lupus has not chosen to expand yet, while Impervious has. Impervious does have the speedlings to kind of deal with that. He knows that Canis Lupus can't really attack right now. He doesn't have the timing. So there is a spine caller coming up to deal with this huge number of lings. They're not quite speedlings yet, but they soon will be, especially when they're on the creep now. Attacking now, there's a queen, 2 queens ready to deal with this. Probably more roaches coming out. Wow, Impervious loses all his Zerglings. That's so sad. More Zerglings coming up, still no speed. He should really wait for that speed. Let's see how many seconds are left on the speed. None. Alright, that's good. Alright, but the roaches are out, 2 queens. Zerglings as well. These Zerglings are going to be hard pressed to do any damage. Of course, this hatchery will be up soon, and that'll be definitely in Impervious's favor. Favor. But he might have to start transitioning into something else. Get roaches of his own. Banelings don't do well against roaches, as far as I know. This defense is looking pretty strong by Canis Lupus. 8 Zerglings can't do anything against this number of queens and Sunkens and everything. One thing Impervious could be doing is just being more annoying with Zerglings because they're much faster, do you know what I mean? I mean, they have speed, while Canis Lupus does not. He only has slow roaches. He could, well, actually the spine crawler is covering a lot, but he could theoretically snipe at that. He'd just be very annoying. These roaches are going to chase the rest of these Zerglings away. Luckily, Impervious's hatchery is much earlier. Look how early that hatchery is. It's a whole hatchery's worth of time earlier. Unfortunately, Impervious loses Overlord just as I say that. Bad Impervious. Okay, so Impervious with 4 Zerglings waiting outside, just waiting to see when the next push will be. This Spine Crawler kind of anticipating the creep a little too soon. He might start dying if he burrows down. I guess he's just gonna hang out there and not attack until this creep comes out. Some Lings coming out with speed. They are going to be able to scout anything that's out here. 2 evolution chambers going down. It's going to be difficult to really walk past that. Canis Lupus leaving 1 Zergling at the Zelmaga Tower. Probably going to get taken out by this Zergling, which, wow, they have almost similar HPs. But anyway, 2 Zerglings do get past. Look how fast those little speedlings are. I can't even follow them with my mouse except with this handy-dandy tool here. Creep Timber goes down. Wow, Creep Timbers are a little different in Zerg Rezerg though. Creep benefits both players anyway. But Canis Lupus does get a good look at the lair that's coming up. Both Zergs have layers up. Let's see how they transition. Impervious is researching the movement speed of roaches. So he is going similarly for roaches. He's getting weapons, or actually, it's not weapons and armors, carapace and missile attacks. So, there we go. Alright, lots of roaches coming up for Canis Lupus though. He feels really comfortable. He had 2 cleans. He was probably pumping larva. Let's take a look at the harvester count. Wow! Wow, Impervious is droning up. He might find himself hard-pressed to pull this off. Of course, there are these 2 evolution chambers, but what are they really going to do? Spine Crawler going up. Does Impervious see this coming? I really hope he does. Let's see how many things he has coming out to save him. He has 8 roaches producing right now. He still has to wait for like 10 seconds for them all to come out. Trying to buy some time by running around like that. Is it gonna work? I don't know. Alright. So, a handful of roaches against a smaller handful of roaches. The queen is gonna go down. That's unfortunate. Drones are either gonna have to be pulled or just ran away. Alright. Roaches coming in. Drones coming in. Impervious looks like he's gonna be able to hold this off pretty well. And he still probably has more drones. Oh, yeah, he does. He has 3 more drones. Probably slightly less than the lead than he had before. Canis Lupus doing a pretty good job of that push, just forcing what's it called, Impervious to pull drones, to lose drones, to build roaches instead of drones. So both players just pressuring each other, keeping their econs and armies about the same. Evolution Chamber also going up for Canis Lupus because he realizes he needs to keep up in upgrades. Both are upgrading missile attacks and ground carapace. Possibly also movements. Okay, both have movement speed. Neither player can really afford to go any other tech right now, I think. Both are just going crazy roaches. Look at all these roaches. Wow. That's a lot of roaches. Anyway, so we are going to continue to see that someone is knocking on my door, but I'm not going to answer them. Anyway, Impervious is just camping outside the door. He doesn't know what's going on up there. He's probably going to send a few Zerglings just to check if he can attack. Or maybe he won't. He's going to go check if there's a third. Go check if there's a third. Alright. No, it does not happen. Or maybe he just feels comfortable that since there's no creep, there must be no hatchery either. Alright, so let's take a look at the army count. So Orange is ahead. Impervious, University of Ottawa, is ahead in terms of army. He also has pretty good map control right now. I mean, by map control, I mean he has a bunch of Zerglings around. He cannot attack up into that. That is one thing that Impervious should not do, ever, until he has an overwhelming advantage. You might want to consider taking a third now that, well, now that he feels kind of comfortable not getting roaches or just getting different kinds of techs. Back in Brood War, I know it was all about Zerglings and Mutalisks, but it seems like in Zerglings, oh my god! Alright, so, roaches coming in, more roaches coming in from Impervious. I think they're about even in terms of, well, 24 roaches for purple and 27 for Impervious. That momentary, almost getting surrounded by purple. Well, okay. Impervious almost being surrounded by purple that one moment was probably because of this hatchery. He gets the third hatchery, whereas purple does not. Ooh, ouch! So Roach is coming in, not a good arc. Orange has so much better of an arc. Impervious doing a really good job with that. Also constantly reinforcing. Look at that, just rallying his roaches, building nothing but roaches and drones. They're almost even in drones. So Impervious doing a pretty good job, just like standing outside and making arcs, drawing pretty circles around Canis Lupus's roaches. This third hatchery will be up soon. He'll be able to mine a lot more, get a lot more roaches. So, or if either player really wanted to, they can get other units. How about that? No. Alright, so lots of roaches coming from both players. The issue with switching tech, I guess, when the other player is going for lots of roaches, is that you are always in the danger of almost dying. Just anytime you make a tech switch, anytime you make a hatchery, and your opponent knows about it, like Canis Lupus does, it's dangerous. But now the longer that Canis Lupus delays, the more trouble he's going to get into, unless he can like send a little contingency of Zerglings out here to take down drones or something. Gonna have to do something other than attack down his ramp into these roaches, because that's not what Canis Lupus wants to do. Not indeed. He also wants to expand soon because he is probably running out of minerals. Indeed it is happening. He is getting a spire. Let's see if Impervious has a spire. I don't think he does. I don't even think he's building one right now. Might be entirely wrong. Nope, he's not building anything. Huge battle going on. This is just a roach orgy. I can't even tell what's purple and what's orange. Alright, this is orange. I think this is purple. Purple's gonna lose all his roaches now. 2-2 versus 2-2, but just more roaches in general, better shapes. By Impervious. Impervious has studied his geometry and realized that arcs are awesome. He could theoretically just push up into this. He doesn't have to. He has his third, whereas purple does not. So Impervious is doing a really good job. Look at all that green and orange and purple. Impervious is pushing up into a not so nice arc, but he's gonna win this anyway, just due to numbers. He's good at math too. Although geometry and math are the same thing. Subsets of each other. Actually, geometry is a subset of mathematics. GG from Canis Lupus, who had fewer roaches. Thanks for listening. This was set 2. Now the score is tied at 1-1, I believe. University of Ottawa at 1, and what's its face? Sorry. University of California, Santa Cruz at 1 win.